Hey YouTube, it's me. My last video, I talked a little bit about why I love why what I like about dating foreign women. Yeah, my hair's a mess a little bit. This video is going to be kind of short because I am packing up. I'm going to make another video right after this, so just stay tuned. Uh, but the reasons why I don't date American women is number one, attitude. Attitude is everything. When you come off to a guy, ladies, and I'm not slamming American women because I know all American women are not like this, but when you come off and you have an attitude of, you know, I'll date you at my own convenience, whatever's convenient for me, then, that tends to, turn American guys off. It does me. When I feel like I'm just a convenience for you and I'm not important, um, you know, that's a turnoff. When you act like you are, I'm not going to say necessarily better than me. Um, it's kind of hard to put in words, really. Um, the attitude. Um, I don't know. It's more of a me thing. It's. I get the vibe from women that it's all about them. It's got to be about, from a woman's, if I were a woman, it'd be, well, it's got to be all about me. It can't be all about you. And I don't care what you think, it's what I think that matters. When, if you want to be in a relationship with someone, if you're seriously looking for a relationship, then you shouldn't act that way. And I run into that a lot. Another thing is when what turned me off to American women was when I would go out, when I was talking to someone and they totally portrayed themselves as something they are not. And then you go out on a date with them and they are totally not at all what they portrayed themselves to be. Total turnoff. And I I'm myself. What you see is what you get, and nothing more, nothing less. Um, Another thing that turned me off to American women was when you when they voice their opinion about something, and then you voice yours, and then they get out of shape or offended because you voiced your opinion. Well, your opinion isn't any more than mine. And let's face it, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one. Just because you voice your opinion, you think I'm supposed to like your opinion when I don't, then, whatever. You know, Same with me. You don't like my opinion? Oh, well, Um, and and so it works both ways. It's not just American women, it's guys too. There's some guys that are cocky and they act too cocky, and some American women don't like that. They like confidence, but they don't like cocky. um but in a sense, American women don't like men who are a man's man. They would prefer men walking around with their man bun, with their long hair in a man bun to match their bun on top of their head. You know, no, I'm not that guy. I'm not going to put on, a show for you because that's what you think you need. And that's a turnoff to me. That's a real turnoff. um, when you're in a relationship, you should be able to voice your opinion just as much as the woman. And that's why, I love my soon to be fiance, soon to be wife, soon to be my life, for the rest of my life. Because Ellie allows me to be that. She allows me to be the man. She likes a man who is assertive, who is a man's man, you know, that don't take crap, that handles a situation, that figures the situation out and handles it, and takes control. And I'm that person. I take control of a situation if, and I've always had that attitude of, if I'm going to do something, it's going to be right. If I do something, it's going to be to the best of my ability. If I do something then and I need help, like, travel agency, whatever, the travel agency better get their end right, because I hate poor customer service. And if you look at a relationship from a business aspect, which, I hate to do that. I hate to compare a relationship to a, a business transaction. But if you look at it from a business standpoint, you look at that person, you say, well, what do you have to offer me? What is it that you have to bring? What is it that you bring to the table from me? And also in reverse, what is it that I bring to the table for you? Do I bring you security, stability, comfort, a stable life, stability? Do I offer you love, affection, humor, um, fun, adventure? You know, what is it that I offer you that you like? What is it that I offer you that is going to keep you with me? And the same that you need to ask yourself of the one that you're with, ladies. What do I have to offer this man? What is it that I have to offer him? What is it that he's going to offer me? And those are the things that you really need to be looking at going into a relationship. Once you get to know that person, then, you know, if you're on a first date and you've been talking to this person, okay, I'm using this as an example. If you're on a first date and you've been talking to this person before that first date, and you say, oh, well, oh, I love to kiss, I love to hug, I love touch, I love affection, and you go out with this guy, okay, you go out with this guy, and he goes in for a hug. Don't stand there and push him off, because you sent the wrong signal. And that's something that I've run into a lot with American women. They send off the wrong signal to the man that they're talking to. So whenever the man goes out on a date with this woman, he don't know, he thinks, okay, well, cool, I'll give her a hug, and he's kind of got the first few moments of the date planned out in his head, thinking, okay, well, this is how it's going to go. Then you show up and he goes to give you a hug, and you kind of push him back, like, no, that ain't what we talked about. You miscommunicated that. You did. And that's what I love about foreign women in general, especially with Ellie. She communicates very well what it is she wants, and what it is that she wants to do, and how she wants things to go. And it's not that we look at it and plan it to happen that way or whatever. Things just flow naturally for her and I. And that's the key. Whether you're looking to date someone domestic or foreign, make sure things flow. Make sure things are, wow, like, things just happen. They're not planned, and things just flow right. And if they don't flow right, then, next, if you run into a bunch of things that prohibit you from enjoying your time with that person, and you're all the time arguing and fussing and fighting back and forth, then, whether it's domestic relationship or foreign relationship, don't stay in it. Of course you're going to have your arguments, you're going to have your disagreements, but if it's on a daily basis over small stuff, no, get out. Red flags all over the place, you know? And that's things that I've learned over the years. That's things that I've looked for that turn me off. Things that turn me on is a woman who will allow me to be me. A woman who isn't out to change every little aspect of me and my personality. Yes, there are some traits that, yeah, I should change, and I do change because they're needed. And I realize the things that I know that I need to change within myself, they see it and they know it, and they're going to point it out to you, guys. And ladies too. If a guy sees some things he don't like that, in your personality, and you know that you need to change them yourself, he's going to mention it. Sooner or later, he'll mention it. And, so, um, excuse me. But anyway, those are things that, I've run into that turn me off, totally turn me off. And the attitude of women, U.S. women, American women, is the attitude of, well, whatever, I don't care whether you stay with me or not. I don't care if we go out on another date or not. Things like that. It's things like that that, turn me off. I want you to be interested in me. I swear I'm going to turn this phone off. I get text messages from my brother, updates from Facebook and everything. I'm turning my phone off actually. And, so, um, so anyway, when you do that, you send out wrong messages, and you should be, the messages that you want to receive should be the messages that you're sending out. If you love to hug, you love to kiss, you love to cuddle, then so be it. Let it be known to the person. If you don't send that message out to that person, and then when you go out on a date with them, they're expecting all this, and then it don't happen because at that point after the date, they're sitting there and they're thinking, oh, well, she sent out this message. She sent out, to me, she signaled to me that this is what she liked. This is what she wanted. And it totally didn't happen. That's a turnoff. And quite frankly, it's a lie if you do that. And then it don't happen. So don't lie. That's a turnoff. Another thing that turns me off about American women is they feel like they have to be in control. Allow the man to be in control. Get over your pride. Allow the man to do his duty and take control and take the lead. Everything doesn't have to be your way. Everything doesn't have to be the way you want it. Allow the guy to have it his way sometimes. Allow him to take the lead. Allow him to make the decisions as to what you do, where you go, how you do, what you do. And follow that, follow that adventure, making it an adventure. That's things that I have done to make relationships successful, whether it's whatever, friendship, business, my relationship with Ellie, whatever. I've had to, that's how you do it, and it works. It works. So, those are just a few things that I find not attractive from American women, or any woman really, but mostly American women, because that's where I'm at. Now, and those are some of the reasons why I have been totally turned off by American women, is because, I feel like that they mislead, they lie, they are not what they present. They're not. And it does hurt. I won't say it hurts, but it's not good. It's not good. And for me, and, and then, I end up, when, I ended up breaking up with one, and, it didn't hurt. It was a disappointment because they were a cool person to hang out with and to be with, and I enjoyed their company. But you know, us breaking up led to something better, and then me breaking up with the next one led to something better, led to something better, and now I have exactly what I want. And when you can sit there, and this is the key thing, when you can sit there and you're dating this foreign woman, and you can sit there and you can point to her and say, you are everything I want, you are everything I need, you're everything I desire. When you write a list out, and I encourage everybody, and I think I've said this in another video, write a list of things that you like, things that you want, and things that you desire in a woman. Everything. Write a whole list of everything you've ever wanted in a woman. And when you can sit there and you can check every single box of that list off, you know you've got the right one. Do everything that you can to keep her. That's, when I met Ellie, Ellie and I, um, Ellie and I met, and after about 6 months, after about 8 months, I was able to go through my list again. And I could sit there and I'd be like, she does this for me. She does that for me. She does this for me. I like this about her. I like that about her. I love this about her. I love this about her. And, soon I had almost, if not all the boxes checked in what I wanted in a woman. And it was amazing, to know that I have the woman that I've always dreamed of having. And, I look back when I was dating around and dating different ones. I had one here that I was talking to, not when I was like seriously dating anybody, but I was talking to several different women trying to figure out, okay, which one of you is the one that I want to date? And I have like 5 or 6 that I was talking to. And every single one of those women never had all of what I was looking for. Some of them had 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 8 or 9, 10 or 11 things, and none of them ever had all of the qualities I was looking for in a woman. And that was sad. And, I was like, man, and I've met some pretty cool, awesome women in my lifetime. In the past recent years, I've met some pretty cool, awesome women, but we just didn't click. We didn't connect. And a lot of them are good friends of mine now, just through talking to them, not dating them, but just through talking to them. I've made some pretty awesome friends, that way. But when I met Ellie and her and I started talking, wow, how amazing. What an amazing woman. I immediately fell in love with her. Like, immediately. I knew, like, I was like, wow, she's got to be the one for me. And I knew that from the get go. I was like, wow, she's got to be the one for me. She has to be the one for me. She is perfect. And I was like, from the very first conversation. And then once I got to know her, and about 6 or 8 months after we dated, I made a list out. I didn't write it down, but I made a mental list of everything I looked for, everything I wanted, everything I desired, everything I liked, everything I loved in this list, what I was looking for in a woman. And on the other side, I wrote down everything that I did not like, I did not love, I did not want, I did not desire, and I did not have any purpose for in a woman. And I got that list, that second list, I got from dating every woman that I've ever dated in my lifetime, and things that I was not looking for in a woman. And, you know, we, Ellie and I, when we first started talking, and after we got to talking for a while, we talked about those things. We talked about things that she liked, things that she desired in a man, things that she loved and liked and needed and wanted in a man. And we talked about the things and what she didn't want, need, desire, like, love in a man. And we talked about the same things that just from me and a woman. And those things were awesome. Um, you know, great conversations that we had, and it was beautiful. And then I made a list out of things, you know, and of both. And when every day, almost after about 6 or 8 months, I was checking this mental list off. I was like, wow, this woman has everything I want. But I knew from the get go, I just had this intuition. I had this revelation like, she's the one, dude. She's the one. And I went with that. And I went with that ever since. And I knew from the get go. And it was weird. It was a good kind of weird. It was like, wow, this is it. And now, I found that woman, and she's in Brazil, and I love her, and I can't wait to get down there and see her. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun adventure. So this video that I just made is leading into the next video that I'm about to make. So just stay tuned and like, thumbs up, save, share, view it, share it with people that is looking, to be in a foreign relationship. Um, in a later video, after I get to Brazil, I'm hoping that we can sit down, Ellie and myself, and we can make a video together, and we can share things with each other on video about the pros and cons of dating a foreigner, um, which there are quite a few, and I hope that you guys will use those to your advantage. Things that has affected her and me, and and in our relationship to make it better. Um, and just have an awesome time. Enjoy these moments of getting to know each other before you meet each other. That's the main thing. But anyway, getting getting ready to get off here, load this video, and I'm gonna start another one. So you guys have fun, enjoy. Thumbs up, hit that like and subscribe button. Ciao. Bye.